Hello and welcome to Car Mechanic 2018 with me, Kevin Sawyer. Hope you guys and gals are all good and enjoying your day, whatever you're up to. Right, so today we are working on this little puppy here, which is the RS200, Ford RS200, and it's made by the modder of the name of DeadBob777. Of course, I will try and put a link in the description down below for you guys to have a look at this mod for yourself and have a go with it. I have a mission as well to make. I'm going to make an admission and an apology to the modder now. Get it out of the way. I'm going to apologise for the fact that I didn't read the notes. And there's a classic mistake which I tend to avoid with mods, as I always tend to read the notes. In this instant, I didn't actually. I just downloaded it, started playing with it, and he says, quote unquote, in order to get the right tyre sizes, you need to change the settings in the game to allow for non-sized tyres. So I'm going to quickly show you guys and girls how you do that for people who may not know how to do that. So that's the first thing. It's been a little mini tutorial. So if I save here and come back out of game, and if you go into settings, I think it's game settings, here we go, and it should, yeah, there we go, unrealistic wheel sizes. You also be set, the default setting is set to no. You just need to click that and say yes and then apply, and then you're good to go. So that in mind, let's get out of this back and go back in here. With that in mind, now I went and found another Bentley in the scrapyard, which I'm going to do up, and I'm going to keep that one. So that's why my money's a little bit lower than it was since the last update. So I'm going to I bought another two of the Lincolns, one to keep, one to sell. This is the one I'm selling. I've done up one and already got it in my collection, but this one is it's a different engine compared to the one that I did. So there is different engines available in this, so you just have to watch out for that. You might get the same engines I had. This is like the twin cam, and as you can see, I have maxed it out. If I bring up the good chance to show you guys. So this is the value of it once it's fully restored, and then you get your little bonus. And then, as you can see, I've got the engine tuned to a fair amount, which is pretty cool. But I'm going to go and give it a quick test drive to show you guys what it's all about, and then I'll get on with the restore of the Ford. But it's just my little mission to say, I'm sorry modder, I didn't read your instructions. And for anyone else that's wondering how to do that, who's also got this mod, I thought I'd give people a quick tutorial. It sounds pretty beefy once you've tuned it up. It handles quite well considering. The wheel looks a bit blurry. It's both in game and in the... I didn't put the wheel that it had with it. It's a different wheel. Might just be a test track thing. Almost 200 miles an hour. 180, 190. Pretty cool. Right, let's go back to the garage and let's sell it. So I've got mine in my own personal collection. So that's someone's gonna be driving around in that thing Like, yeah, souped up Lincoln that can beat, you know, something else. It's anything else of its same power type. I wouldn't want to drive around on a racetrack on it, not with those springs and setup, but might just be a bit of fun. So let's quickly sell that. And sell car, please. Thank you very much. So, another thing, I've updated the banner with my new logo on there. Big thanks to Jimmy again for making that logo up for me. It's pretty cool. But I did initially have a different sort of, had Kevin Sawyer's, and then it had electrical work, a big list of it. But because the way that their banner curls up at the top, my name was kind of was missing from the top, so I made it like this, so it's quite legible. It's pretty cool. But anyway, this is the easiest one to work on. The next ones I've got to work on is the American truck ones. That's going to take me a while. But anyway, let's start stripping this thing down. Let's start off with the first things first. Let's get the battery up if it has one. Does it have a battery? Or did I take it out already? Or did it not have one? Well, let's do the checks while we're at it. So first of all, it's probably not going to let me do a compression test. No, I didn't think it would, because the engine's not completed. Right, okay. Let's do a flow test. Interesting. And the game crashes. I don't know if that's the mod or if that's a bug. Bear with a second while I sort this out, guys. Okay guys, welcome back. Sorry about that. As I say, I think it was a case of it crashed. I don't know why. I don't think it's the mod. I think it's a case of this game. It doesn't like certain aspects. Because look, if I do this again, it comes up fine. Works perfectly fine. I think that's a little bug which they're going to need to work on. Let's do the tyres while we're at it as well. Thought it crashed again then. No. Okay. Off-road tyres. Well, yeah, that's a good idea actually. With this, on the second part of this, once I've completed it, I'm going to try it on the off-road track. Because I've not yet to play on that track, and it'd be good to see if this thing does work off-road. It's meant to be a rally car, so I could use it as a race spec car, and I could use it as a rally spec car. I'll do it as a rally spec car because this is original origins. So I didn't actually ascertain if this thing had a battery or not. Let's quickly have a look. Scroll down. I don't think it's got one. Quickly just test for this again. See if it comes up battery. See if I'm not missing. It might be in the front actually, just thinking about it. Yeah, so there's a battery in it. I think it's on the front of the car. Just thought, hang on, is it on the front? Or is it buried somewhere else? I can't get into the front, so it can't. There's the rad. Am I missing it, peeps? Probably. Is it under the car? I've never really worked on one of these in real life, so that's my excuse I'm going to make now. Let's take that off. Let's take the rad off as well. Oh, can't we take that off from here? No, you can. Is it? Ah, here we go. It's hiding. You can't pop that. Well, I wonder if you can remove that. let's check for. No, you can't actually remove that. It's just on there. So, don't know if the modder's listening, but you might want to change that so you can at least lift this away. I don't know if I'm missing that, or again, I haven't read these notes. I admit that now. But again, it's probably limited on what you can do with what the game does and stuff like that. But anyway, the battery is now safely removed, so we'll proceed on. Let's take the number plate off. Don't see any other body parts which I can readily remove. So let's put it up on the air. Another thing, again, I didn't mention it. I haven't mentioned it in the last couple of videos, but I've just got an achievement. This week, well, last week, did mention it in live stream, but I didn't mention it in any other videos after that, because they're obviously pre-records, and I'd done them before, setting up my new mic and everything. But I'm now recording with my Audio Technica 2100. Pretty good bit of kit. It's not the best mic you can get out there. It's not the worst. I'm with my Behringer again, Behringer audio mixer. Looking at it, looking at sound levels are pretty good. Again, it's going to be a bit of a teething thing to work through. So you guys are going to have to bear with me as I work through it. Let me know if I've messed up at all or anything along those lines. Or if it sounded pretty good in the just dummy test runs. I've adjusted it slightly down again, just so it didn't pick up, because I know you can mess about with the treble and stuff and the bass tones. I have got quite a loud voice, which can, I wouldn't say loud, I'm softly spoken, but when I get excited, I think, you know, I can suddenly just go from relatively good, stable levels of voice to very deep, boomy voice pretty quickly. Most of you guys probably know that anyway, but I'll take that engine out in a sec. It looks very similar to the Renault setup. Looking at it. So that looks like the back end's more or less done. It's got no seats or anything in this, so I've got to buy some seats and stuff. I'll probably buy some racing seats for this. Seems to work well with the idea of racing seats, so racing seats it shall be. It's indicating to me it's a front wheel drive. I don't remember, I have to remember, I can't remember if I took any axles at the back now. Thinking about it, I may have done. Should be 4-wheel drive. By rights. Because this was made after the Audi Quattro. So by rights it should be a 4-wheel drive. Come on. I want that bit. That's the bit I want. Thank you. Right. That's that side done. Let's hop over to the other side. Take all these bits off. Another thing, someone else, Brian Penny's going to be making me a wheel stand for my G27, and the conversation I had with him was, oh yeah, because he's got a little channel. I don't know what his plans are with it, because I've not spoken to him for a long time, admittedly. You know, that's mainly partly my own fault as well. It's probably his. You know, it's just one of those things that life gets in the way. You know, just, you get busy doing stuff and you forget to speak to your friends. I've been texting. I texted him, well, instant messaging him again. After I left a comment on his video about him building a just modifying a desk, which is pretty cool. Now, I could do it, don't get me wrong. I could build probably my own wheel stand if I really wanted to. It's just I don't have, since the battery died in my one coming out. Is it because this is still in it? Probably because there's still one of these in here. Yeah, since the battery died on my well, it was a group collected. It was a combination set. So I'd like circular saw, jigsaw, and a drill. Actually, I'm taking this bit in here, and I don't need to. Is there anything else I can strip out of this? So I can strip that out. So I take that out. And because the battery died and I couldn't get replacement batteries, I more or less had to throw the tools all away, which was a shame because all the tools are pretty good tools, just I couldn't get batteries for it. Where is the engine stamps? Over here. But I said, oh, but going back to what I said to him, I said, oh, could you make me a wheel stand? He said, oh, mate, do. You know, be something good for his channel to do, how to make a wheel stand. And I was like, okay, cool. I said, well, let me know what your costs are going to be, because he sort of like showed me a few pictures of ones which he's seen. I don't know if I can take the pull out. Okay, it's pulling out through the front of the car. Seems legit. But it's at the back of the car. But we'll ignore that. We'll just move on and stick the engine over here. And rotate it. There we go. Leave that there for now. And I'll strip that down off screen. Unless you guys want me to strip it down on screen. I think we've stripped one of these down in the past. Yeah, it's a twin cam jobby. I'm pretty sure I've done one of them. I'll do the build on screen, but do the strip down off screen just to save on time. Right. Anyway, what do we need first? We need to move the welder to over behind me. Use it. Are you sure? Yes. Return welder to sender. Looking pretty good. Does this thing need... Ah, yes, he has... Some of the models I've noticed, he has managed to make this so the interior condition deteriorates as well as the exterior. Some of the mods, like I think it was at Lincoln, didn't have that. It was already at 100%. No reflection on the modders, it's just some people have obviously worked that out where some people haven't. Let's actually get the detail kit. I know you shouldn't do this until you finished working on it. For those people who are going to say, oh. I know that. Let's just do it, get it done. Otherwise, what's going to happen, I'm going to forget. Can we use this? Look away, look away. Let's actually stick the battery on a battery charger while I'm here too. Yes, I do want to recharge it. Thank you very much. Let's return this to sender. Yeah, return please. Thank you. So let's see what the current value is. This thing completely strapped down. Just the frame. Okay, it's already more than I bought it for from the scrapyard. I bought it from the scrapyard. Oh, it's still got the fender on it, it says. Even though I'm sure I took that off. Ah, what about these bits? Has it got one on this side? No, it's like twin. Right, let's try that again. Yeah, I'm still in profit either way. I might tune this one up. Oh, rear window. Kiev, European Asili. Oh, what's that? Is that? Oh, an intercooler. Can we get to that? We might need to take that out. Didn't spot that way up there. Only accessible from under lifter. Okay, seems legit. Again, it's just where the modder's working with this mod. Because I know on some of the ones the intercoolers are underneath here. But then how do you get to the engine? Aha, here we go. There we go. Cool. Cool beans, right. Let's go and start repairing stuff. Look, but anyway, I'm going dilly dally, I know. Going back because I haven't got the tools to do that. That's the reason why I haven't been able to do my sim dash restore or rebuild, because I need to invest in a jigsaw, a circular saw. I've got a drill, a cheap drill. In fact, I bought it and then it broke within 2 or 3 weeks of me buying it. I bought it from sort of like Amazon. It was a cheap, nasty thing, and I did put a too big a chuck bit in it, to be fair, and I think that's what killed it. Burnt the motor out. So I need to invest in a new drill as well. I've still got a corded one, just not a cordless one. But anyway, I digress. Let's start putting some of the bits. In fact, let's start separating the tyres. We'll be working on this one next. This is just something I've been doing off screen. We've already worked on the Mazda, not that particular one, but we've already worked on a Mazda, and I thought might as well just do it off screen. No one seemed to be interested in when I mentioned it in one of my episodes. No one said, "Oh yeah, no, do it." So if someone is interested in me doing the restoration on one, please, it's not too late. I can still buy another one and do a restoration. But I figured doing the mod cars, probably pull in a few extra views and keep people sort of like entertained, rather than just doing the same generic stock stuff that I suspect a lot of people have been doing anyway. But I suspect a lot of you people going, so, okay, you've got all the skills. You've got, I've got a nice shed full of like lots of snap-on tools and air-driven tools and all sorts. Why? And then you must be thinking now, well, why don't you just go and buy a new circular saw, this, that, the other. That didn't make it. I'm going to put the engine in. I'm going to need to get a new set of them. Did anything from the front end make it? Let's put in what we can. Because then again, down to money. Having enough money to sort of like invest in some good, half decent. Because I'm not going to make the same mistake I did with the cheap drill. I'm going to try and buy something that's half decent. I don't think I need a Makita or a DeVault. I'd like a Makita or a DeVault, but they're massively expensive, as most people know. I'd love to have a Makita or a DeVault tools to do that sort of stuff. It's down to expense again. Did that make? No, it didn't. So we need to get that. I haven't got the brake set yet, and I need to get some of them as well. It says, oh yeah, this would have 4 on it. Put that in. Put that on. So I need a front suspension unit. I suspect I'm going to need lots of brakes. The things, let's tackle the things I do need. Two of them at least. Two of them at least. I don't know if it's vented or on the back. Gut's telling me it's standard rear disc, so I'm gonna gamble here and say yes. What else do we need? Suspension was one of these, two of these, four of these, two of these. No, I might not need them actually. One of them, I think. I can't remember what the spring set on this is like. I think if memory serves me right, it's double wishbone. Yeah, as I suspected, it is double wishbone on the front, and then the back. So I'm going to need at least 4 sets of them. Let's just put them in while I'm around the front here. Yeah, so I'd love to have the Volts, but again, it's buying something half decent, not top end brand, but something that's half decent, which is going to do the job, and not just break on me on a drop of a hat. So I'm going to have to look around for the new tools that fit that criteria and have the money to do that as well. Because most people know that sort of stuff isn't cheap. At least a half decent drill, you're looking at least what, 60 quid plus for a half decent one. Ah, drive shafts, okay. So now I'm going to need 4 of them. Well, 2, it's definitely 4, isn't it? Memory serves me right. Yeah, I'm sure it was 4 in here. So, need 2 of them. 2 of them. 2 of them. 2 of them. I'm guessing they're going to be rear springs. 2 of them. I could be wrong. It's a bit of a gamble, I'm guessing here. Right, okay. I'm going to stick some of the spring compressors in already. While that's doing that, what do we need on the back end? We need 2 of these rear knuckle housing type Ds. Them. Throw that in. Yeah, as I suspected. And I'm going to need 2 sets of upper and bottom wishbones. Right. So 2 of those. They're lower. Where are the uppers? The bottom. No. Lower. Can't see you. Where are you? I've already gone past it several times. It's lower. Is it lower? I'm after. Hang on. Is it lower or bottom? Bottom. Okay. So I was going past them. Them. Hang on. So I got two of them. So it was the upper ones we were up again, wasn't it? Sorry, guys. My brain's just decided that just yeah, it was upper. I'm sure it was. So where are you? Bottom. Ah, right at the bottom. Idiot, Kev. Right, okay. Right. Throw these in. Doink, doink, and doink. So, but anyway, he said that he was gonna. He's got some materials. He's gonna do it for me, and he's not gonna charge me for it, which is nice. You know, and I was like, well, thinking, right, I got. You know, if I see him down a pub or something, I will have to buy him a pint or something. So, but I figured, well, actually, yeah, I can just sort of like help him out where I can, because he's got his own channel as well. It was Standard Discs. The gamble paid off. So I put a share on the Facebook group and sort of mentioned a few things in one of his last videos that he was doing about his recording software and stuff. Because I think I don't know what his long-term plan, like I said, it is. Whether he's just doing it for a bit of fun or whether he wants to do it professionally. I won't say like me, because that would be, you know, ironic. I'm not a professional, not by the long chalk of it. What? So rear drive type B. Okay. Come on. Let's go around to this side. Repeat. Rinse and repeat, so to speak. And stick that in, stick that on, stick that on, stick that in. Ow. I only bought one, didn't I? I thought I bought two. What? Oh, it's type B. No. There's more parts which I don't need. I'm going to stick them in a shed or get rid of them. Throw that in. Need one of them as well. Seems legit. Now, this is double wishbone. Yeah, I knew that would be the case. I'm gonna just. There's another gamble here, peeps. Again, this is my first time of working. That rear spring. Oh, okay. Seems legit. Right. So that's the front. So I need two rear ones of them. Is there a front and a rear? This says front shock absorber. The only one that says rear shock absorber cap is that one. Let's quickly look, see what comes up. So that's... let's join that one while we're at it. Get that done. Take that out. Join parts. So rear shock absorber, rear spring. Parts needed, rear shock absorber cap. It's got to be that. That's the only one I can think it can be. So I'm going to say them, two of them. Right, okay, let's try again. Duff, duff, duff. Yay! Cool. So that's how they differentiate between the two. Okay. Seems legit. Right, done. Did I take the tyres off? I did, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I think one of them broke. I heard a smash. Let's quickly look. Yeah, two of them smashed. So this is where I'm going to slightly mix this up, because those two of the wheels are still good. I'm going to mix this up. So let's going to have a look at the rims themselves quickly. So, right, they're 16-inch. Right, so I just need something that's 16-inch. So let's come out of here. That I like the look of. I like the look of them. I think I've used them once before. Let's go for these for a change. So 16-inch, I need 4 of them. Nope, not 5, 4. And we need tyres to go with them. What sort of tyres do I need? Off-road, I know that, but what size? And roll down to... Right, so 255 by 50 by 16 inch, right. So off-road tyres, where are you? Off-road tyres. I'm gonna. That's got a finer grip. That's more of a coarser. I'd say that's more for 4x4s. So I'm gonna go for those. So I forgot the size already. I know it's 255. What was the profile? Me and my memory. 55. Let's double check. No, sport. Hang on. That's the wrong ones. I've got to get rid of them. That's the Marvel project. Yeah, it was 50. Right. Was 50. Right. So 255 by 50. Need 4 of them. Right, let's stick them on these ones. Doink, doink. Yeah, they look more legit for a rally car. Those other ones are more legit for a Range Rover or a Land Rover, which I've got in my mods listing. So at one point when I get to that car, we'll do a full restoration on it. So if you guys like your 4x4s, look out for that. No, it's not the one I want. It's that one. That. Last but not least, nice shiny brand new hubs and tyres. Balance that while that's one that's doing its funky thing. He's still doing its funky thing, good. And try and put some of those tyres back on this if I can. So this that. Yay. No, it doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad at all. Oh, I need a rear knuckle cover as well, didn't I? Forgot about that and all the excitement. Right, suspension, rear knuckle cover, that's front. Where's rear knuckle cover? That. Oh, and I need a hub as well. Okay, I'll stick this in while I've got it. So I need rear hub type B. So this rear hub. Let me just double check that, peeps. No, it was rear hub type B. Right, okay. So we'll put this in as well, and that for good measure, even though they're floating in there and there's nothing to connect them to. Again, it's because that's just limitations of what the modder can work with. Let's not blame the modder for that. Right, okay. So that's almost the back set done. Last but not least, balance that wheel. Let's go back over to higher. Start putting things on. I think I'm going to need two of these, not two of these, sorry. Two front hubs as well, hub covers, if memory serves me right, which normally does. Put the steering rack in. Two of these I've got, and I remember. I've got one. Two front wheel hubs. I think. Let's double check. No, just one. Right. Where are you? There. Right, okay. Da-da-da. Right. Like that. Ah! Stick the rusty one back on. Shiny, brand new one. That's what I wanted to put on there. Oh. We need a brake caliper piston. Right, okay, or cylinder. Some people call them cylinders as pistons. This. I call them pistons. This is the way I work it. It's because the actual cylinder that is in the caliper is the cylinder. The bit that moves about is the piston. That's how I see it. So I always call them pistons. So we're going to go and have to grab a sway bar. I think it was just a generic front sway bar, wasn't it? Now what end links does this thing is? They type, I think they're type A, I'm guessing, but let's stick this in and find out. Hey, luckily I didn't actually gamble there. Here's type B. Type B. And stick them in. So it should be soon ready for the front wheels to go on. Just needs them. 2 front drive axle type A's, but was it 2 or just 1? We got 1. Double check before I go and buy more bits I don't need. No, just 1. That one's already got it in it. Right. So front type A. And stick that on. Cool. Cool beans. Let's go and see the wheels done. Yep. Stick that in as well. Now what am I missing from this? That there. Track rod. Track rod end. Stick that on. Again, realistically, because I haven't put the brake master cylinder in yet, I should keep the wheels off. Actually, I could probably do it from the ramp in real life. I could probably just drain the brakes from the back end. You'd want to keep the wheels off and drain them out just to make sure. Right, so not including, so just the basics chassis here. Let's see how much these things worth. It's creeping up slowly but surely. But I'll leave it at that, guys. You can see it already is dragging on. But I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the episode. If you did, please feel free to like. Helps me out a lot. And if you know anyone else that may also enjoy watching this again, please feel free to share. It helps me a lot and I don't mind you sharing. If you didn't like this, again, please feel free to dislike, but please leave a comment down below so I can improve in the future. And if you're new to my channel, you'll see future episodes of this or anything else that I'm working on. Please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. TTFN.